my esteemed friend and senior cabinet colleague, Shri Sushil Kumar Shinde ji, Shri RPN Singh ji, Shri Anil Goswami ji, senior officers of the Central Armed Forces, ladies and gentlemen. Today marks a very important step forward towards the establishment of the Central Armed Police Forces Institute of Medical Sciences. It is a matter of great happiness for all of us that this project has finally reached the implementation stage. The Central Armed Police Forces Institute of Medical Sciences will serve a long-felt need. It will ensure better health care for the families of the Central Armed Police Forces personnel who spend much of their time away from home discharging their arduous and onerous responsibility. This will in turn lead to higher morale and more efficient functioning of these forces. The Institute exemplifies our government's commitment to provide the best possible facilities to the Central Armed Police Forces. We are aware that the men and women of these forces work in very adverse conditions, often at considerable risk to their lives. They are deployed in some of the most difficult places in the country, including the left-wing extremism affected states, the northeastern states, and Jammu and Kashmir. The BSF, ITBP, SSB, and Assam Rifles guard more than 15,000 kilometers of our international borders and the line of control along Pakistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Myanmar, and also prevent trans-border crime. The CRPF assists the state government and the union territories in maintaining law and order and controlling internal disturbances and insurgencies. The CISF provides security cover to more than 300 units located all over India, including our atomic power plants, space installations, our airports, mints, currency note presses, oil fields and refineries and major ports. The Central Armed Police Forces now have a strength of over 9 lakh personnel. Our government had sanctioned 126 additional battalions in these forces, out of which 71 battalions have already been raised and the remaining ones are expected to be raised within the current financial year. We have also given focused attention to strengthening infrastructure and building capacity. The 12th plan outlay for strengthening infrastructure for Central Armed Police Forces is more than rupees 12,500 crores. Since the year 2008, 24 new training institutes have been sanctioned for these forces. Our government has also made sustained efforts to improve healthcare facilities and expand the coverage and extent of medical cover to the force personnel and their families. The medical cadre of the Central Forces was revamped in the year 2004 so as to provide the basic minimum healthcare facilities to the forces personnel and their families even in remote posting. 6 old hospitals were upgraded to 100-bedded composite hospitals and 32 old hospitals to 50-bedded composite hospitals to provide specialty treatment. One 200-bedded referral hospital is under construction at Noida and is likely to become operational later this year. This institute will be built at a cost of more than rupees 1,350 crore and will comprise of a 500-bedded general hospital, a 300-bedded super specialty hospital, a nursing college and a school of paramedics. It will not only improve the tertiary level health care facilities for the Central Armed Police Forces personnel and their family, but also contribute to an improvement in other medical facilities available to them by producing doctors, paramedical staff and nurses fully familiar with their requirements. I would expect the Central Armed Police Forces Institute of Medical Sciences to be built and to commence functioning in the shortest possible time. I would also like to see it emerge as a center of excellence in the time to come. Our Central Armed Police Forces deserve no less. Let me, ladies and gentlemen, end by saying that we are all grateful for the services the Central Armed Police Forces have provided to our nation. We wish them all the very best for the future. Thank you. Jai Hind.